Let's go train. It's real life, Lucas. But you know what? I did make my bed, see? You always gotta take care of the small things, right? House is a mess right now, post-Christmas. Post-New Year. Mike, we're gonna take the truck. Your baseball cleats, where are those at? Get your hat. Oh, it's amazing having the truck and don't even have enough space. All right, get this up. So typical morning, right? This is my typical morning. The only difference is that usually it starts at an hour and a half earlier. We had a late start today. You excited to start school again? Yeah? Huh? No? Yes? Maybe so? A little bit. Why don't you tell everybody what we always talk about? Doing what?
Right thing.
What does that mean?
Doing the things you don't want to do.
Why?
Because it builds good character.
Why?
It builds good character.
All right, what else? It's taking care of the small things, right? Let's go train. So we're checking the workout. So yesterday was, bench press, dumbbell, so it was mainly chest. So today is shoulders and legs and calves. So, what's up, gentlemen? Oh, it's just you? Where's your partner?
I don't know.
What's up, buddy?
It happens.
If you can.
He did a great job. I mean,
he's so good. So I want to get into a rhythm to where we have legitimately thinks Alpha Gym is the best product in the world. What's up, man? You got legs today too? I got shoulders first.
We'll throw up together.
Oh, yeah, dude, we'll see how it goes. I think all right, so we have barbell shoulder press. So if you look at the rep scheme, it's a lower rep scheme, which means that the weight has to go up. So we're gonna be trying to motivate myself to put on the weight. All right, barbell shoulder press, let's go. So one of the things about the shoulder press, not that you should never go behind the neck, but I don't like going behind the neck unless I'm on a fixed plane of movement, so like the Smith machine. Anytime that you open up here, there's a different part of the deltoids that are hit. When your elbows are more in front, you're primarily hitting the anterior deltoid, which is the front part of the shoulders when you're here. When your elbows are flared out here, it opens up the glenohumeral joint and the AC joint, so now you're putting more emphasis onto the lateral deltoid head in the movement. So depending on your goals, just those simple changes in the biomechanics of the movement can alter it. But for safety reasons, especially because if you look at the set and rep scheme, it's 2 to 5. So my goal is to try and get 4 sets of 5, but I don't want to press heavy with anything behind the neck, right? Plus, I already have kind of a shoulder issue right now, so we're going in front, primarily hitting the anterior deltoid. You're out? See you, Big Pete.
Go against me, that's a long shot, cause I counting wins all around the clock. Never doubt me, boy, I don't stop. Who do you feel when they make you the monster? I am not scared of
I'm gonna elect to do jump rope, mainly because it's involving the shoulders, and I want to kind of keep that shoulder warm since I'm dealing with some issues. For cardio acceleration, it's it doesn't matter what you're doing as long as you're doing it. If you're roughly getting 30 minutes of cardio around per workout, but you're doing it in short bursts, there's no way I could do 30 minutes of just jump rope. Part of the program, I'm able to work in 5 minutes of jump rope. That's a good bet. All right, so every set, there's a micro-loading principle, right? It's periodizing, not just based on the sets and reps, but also kind of pyramiding by incrementally increasing the weight on each set. Most people don't even think about that. Some people just put the weight on the bar and just leave it there, and that's fine, but to get the most out of what you're doing, try micro-loading.
I can't find the words to say what I want to. What we got is brand new, so we gon' take it time. Yeah, got a lot we've been through.
Little bit by little bit. This also sets us up for the drop set at the end. Because if, let's say you were just to do 135 for every set, you're not really set up to kind of drop set on your last set by deloading taking the weight down, it's a lot easier to deload the small weight. Plus, again, while you're pyramiding up on each set, microloading. The muscles aren't always going to be strong for the very first exercise you're doing it. You kind of need to warm up a little bit. So if you start with moderate weight, go to heavy, it's kind of like do weight that you know you can do weight on the next set that you think you should do, and then move up to weight that you're not sure if you can do. All managing good form and technique, but that type of philosophy is going to allow you to increase the weight based on where you should be increasing the weight.
So we gon' take a time, yeah. Got a lot we've been through, fumbling on you.
Shoulder's a little wonky. I will say it is pretty cool to be in here, and then you got like this guy over here who's a pro baseball player, he's getting after it. But that's not what defines you, Elijah. It's who you are. That's just what you do. What defines you is you being you, bro. The good-natured, humble, strong safety. He's a strong safety who identifies as a pitcher.
Smoke a little bit to get in mind right. Never really yearned for the limelight. Spent a couple $100 for a cheap thrill. Wasn't really worth it in hindsight.
So we started off at, we did 155, 160, 165. Now we're at 135, 45, so now 175. And then there's really 3 sets. So the first set is 5, right, ish. So we're trying to go to like a muscle failure set, and then we rack it. We wait for like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, hit it again till failure. That's your rest pause. So you're resting, it's an extended set. So you're resting, extending the set, racking it, then deloading it, and then finishing that as a drop set. So the plan is to hit 175 twice for 5-ish or more reps, and then we'll deload back down to the weight that we started with, which is 155.
I flush my drinks down in the club. I always keep that shit on top.
If I had a spotter, I would have gone probably one more. Let's pause.
I just like I don't give a fuck. I flush my drinks down in the club. I always keep
Now we're dropping the weight.
my piece flush like a disco ball. I just like
She wrote, shoulder kind of had a wrinkle at that end. Always do the right thing, pick up your stuff. Can't take care of the small things. Don't expect to conquer the big. Even if the weight's not yours, a lot of people when I'm in here will always see me picking things up. Mike, you shouldn't have to do that. You didn't make the mess. What everybody says. It's not my problem. Just because it's not your problem doesn't mean that if you have the ability to do something about it, do it. That's the one issue with a lot of people. They don't want to take responsibility for things that aren't their responsibility. And then even worse, they don't want to take responsibility for things you are responsible for. So now we have standing dumbbell shoulder press alternating arms. 3 sets of 2 to 5. So the reason why we're standing, we did a seated barbell shoulder press. Seated barbell, we're typically in a more stable position, so it allows us to add more weight. Having the barbell, because it's on a fixed, piece of equipment to where each arm isn't independent of one another, you can actually push a little bit more weight, a little bit more stability. It's still a free motion movement. But now as we get into the dumbbells, what I'm gonna do is we talked about in the first where my hands were here with the barbell, right? I didn't want to go behind my head, mainly because I'd be leaning, I'd be doing this and compromising that shoulder, especially in an environment in which we're loading weights. Now as I'm doing standing, a couple things happen. One, I take out the security of having a stable surface I can literally push against and actually being able to do more weight. So now I have to tighten my core. I have to tighten my stomach like someone's gonna punch you, pinch my butt to keep this all stable. So now I'm activating core. I'm standing, which I'm in, open type of a movement. And it's like essentially like a little bit, it's still fit, still closed chain because my feet are on a surface. But this open movement up here with a little bit more range of motion allows my shoulders to operate a little bit more independently. So what we're gonna do, as the program calls for, is we're alternating the movements, right? So as we're gonna start up top, we're gonna be moving back and forth here. And now rather than having my elbows here, now I'm gonna try and lateral deltoid. So my hands are gonna be more outside of my body, which is now not compromising anything from a neck standpoint by leaning my head to get the bar behind my head. Now I'm gonna be in neutral position. I'm gonna be doing this. Alternating the movement increases the muscle's time under tension or the time under work. So here we go.
I love when the good news coming in on a day-to-day. Already know what's happening, I don't gotta shake the hay. Big moves, big stepper in the right direction. The trip continues, every W's a psychedelic. Journey over accolades, divvy up the accolades and tell them boys to have a day. Give and take, and I love to give. Give and take, and I love to see the bros hitting milestones. Gone, get your shine on, brighter than an iPhone.
drop a little bit, and then just do like 2 drop sets. It's gonna be hard for me to get that back up.
All I hear is low balling digits if I listen to 'em. No need to counter if it's disrespect. Swam with sharks on how to bite my way out fishing nets. Yeah, I see the light at the end of the juice. Got me swinging for the fans. Always look the light through a different lens. Sevens every time I put that lever. It's I love when the good news
Smith machine, 1 arm upright row. We're not even at legs yet. So for this, you want to do it on a Smith machine. You can only do it on a Smith machine that's counterbalanced, which means it doesn't matter where I pull this bar, the weight's going to come up, making sure that there's no uneven instability issues. So single arm, again, you're extending the amount of time that the muscle is being worked for, and on unilateral movements, which if you're having strength imbalances, like I'm having a strength imbalance right now because my right shoulder is it's compromised, it's hurting. It allows me to focus a little bit more on that one side so that if there are strength imbalances or aesthetic differences, one arm, one shoulder's underdeveloped, the other is not, do unilateral movements. Plus the movement here, it's gonna increase the amount of work that I'm doing because I'm essentially doubling the amount of time under tension that the body is being active for. So here we go. You notice I'm not coming up as high because you don't want to come all the way up here. The idea is just to get that elbow up to parallel to where emphasizing the lateral and the rear delts and a little bit of the trap.
And I've been thinking about it, everything getting so shrouded. And I've been thinking about it, everything getting so shrouded.
It's amazing that it's exercise 3. When people look at this program and they're, oh, that's not so hard. Please read the program overview. Understand how to administer the program. It's not just 4 sets at 2 to 5 reps and then you move on. There's some things in between.
And I've been thinking about it, everything getting so shrouded.
You notice I'm not limping as much on my left as my right.
And I've been thinking about it, everything getting so shrouded. And I've been thinking about it.
All right, legs.
I just been spitting my flows, I just been spitting my flows. I just been ripping these shows, ripping these, get it, this shit that I know. And I've been thinking about it, everything getting so shrouded. And I've been thinking about it, everything getting so shrouded. I just been spitting my flows, I just been spitting my flows. I just been ripping these shows, ripping these, get it, this shit that I know. And I've been thinking about it, everything getting so shrouded. And I've been thinking about it, everything getting so shrouded.
So that bar has a little bit better of a position for the biomechanics. So when the bar, the load is in front of you, you tend to use a little bit more back, which is fine. But because of my back, I like the trap bar. The weight is placed more aligned with where point of contact is that you're pushing from. So the load, my feet, my hands, everything is in the perfect straight line. So when you look at things, like if you look at this from the side, if my body and my pulling motion is here and the weight's in front, you tend to load more with the lever that goes back here, right? So in a regular deadlift, that's why they tell you to get the bar as close to your shins as possible. Pull that bar straight up so you don't use a lot of back. Because I'm having back issues, I'm generally trying to keep my back more vertical and emphasize more my posterior chain, glutes, hammies into the action. So I'm opting for a trap bar. You can do either one.
Feel like John Moran, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't draw the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Moran, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats.
So it's 275. My back's definitely tight. It's a 50-50 how good I'm gonna walk tomorrow and the next day.
Yeah, I need it now. Told him on the lay. I've been moving, dog. Yeah, I'm on the way.
Dumbbell walking lunges, 4 to 5 reps, each leg.
Check the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't try to bar. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant. Need a triple double.
It doesn't look like it's intense, but pulling the sled, walking backwards. Oh my goodness gracious, thighs on fire.
Now I feel like Russell. Yeah, they don't want it done like I want it, dog. Yeah, they say they want it, then they took the summer off. I've been going down the list, checking numbers off.
All right, for calf raises, it's standing, or I'll do them here on the leg press, but I'm gonna improvise because the program's been going a little long. I'm about an hour and 15 minutes into it. I'm just gonna go to failure, 3 sets, and then move on. It's okay to kind of shorten the program a little bit when you're, running up on time.
Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant. Need a triple double.
I'm gonna call it.
I don't try to ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell.
So we had our branched chain amino acids and our dextrose, so now it's protein. The most important times to take products, you're fine, we'll do the tasting. The most important time to take a product, a supplement. When are the most optimal times to take supplements? When are people thinking, well, before and after they work out? So the way that these products were designed, the pre-gym, the post-gym, and the protein, you can put the dextrose in there too, the post-gym dextrose. So the way that these products were designed is to bookend the workout. So green means go, pre-gym, and the nutrients that are in here are gonna increase energy, strength, and endurance. Any one of the 5 ingredients that are missing, creatine, branched chain amino acids, beta-alanine, betaine, and citrulline malate. Any one of those 5, there's 15 ingredients in here. The branched amino acids essentially are 1 ingredient, but they're 3 individuals. So anyway, so all the other nutrients, those 5 are the most important. And if you look at most pre-workouts, they don't have all of them. They might have beta-alanine, they might have betaine, they might have caffeine, but that's not a mandatory ingredient. That's not one of the 5 must-haves. Creatine and branched amino acids are very, very important. That's the reason why a lot of brands who have a pre-workout, well, they also have a separate just creatine-only product. So why would they not include it in a pre-workout? Well, the reason why is because it costs too much for them to do it. There's not enough margin in it. But we made it simple. Every ingredient that you need before a workout is here. So this is your before stack, before you train. This is your after. Now you can take out the dextrose if you want to eat fast digesting carbs or drink them. So if you, let's say you mix this with like a Gatorade or something, well Gatorade is just that dextrose. So you essentially, could get a Gatorade, you don't have to go for this, but we made it convenient. So if you did both of these in the same shaker, shake it up. Again, you're getting creatine, branched amino acids, beta-alanine, betaine, other nutrients like glutamine and others that are good to help you recover, right? So this is your recovery product. I've already had these 2 at the tail end of my workout, and I had protein in the pre-gym before, so now I'm just taking the protein. These products as a whole, it's called the gym system. It's every nutrient that you need with your protein. There's not one ingredient in addition that you truly need to take before and after workouts. You're pretty covered. So, all right, so as I'm in my anabolic window, what we got? All right, boys, we gotta do a tasting real quick. All right, so this is a potential product. Some people, I'll be honest with you, we're trying to solve problems. Even though the gym system solves every problem for anybody who needs the nutrients and needs the products, I'm a realist. I understand not a lot of people are going to, not every consumer is gonna know or have the wallet to buy everything, So all those products there based on the size, you're looking at about 130 bucks. So if you have 130 bucks a month and you get all of that, you're pretty much settled for your workout needs. You don't need anything else. So it's cheaper than a lot of the other things. This particular product is a more of like a, for those who don't take pre-workout, I don't take pre-workout, but they want to take something during to get like a sufficient amount of amino acids into the system, branched amino acids, essential EAAs, essential amino acids, and dextrose to make sure that, because dextrose is the key that allows the nutrients to be utilized and absorbed. So without the dextrose, without the insulin spike, a lot of the nutrients have a hard time being utilized by the body. So if you think of the dextrose basically nailing in the nutrients into the muscles, that's essentially what it does. Is the nutrients are being carried into the system, by the blood. And if you're working out, the blood is being pumped in and pumped out of the muscles along with oxygen. And so blood carries the nutrients into the muscle tissue. And so the dextrose allows for those nutrients to be properly absorbed. It's basically like the bookend for, so a lot of people who actually take, the Pre-X, like Pre-Gym X, essentially takes both pre-gym, what?
Peach sunrise? That's really good.
Okay, good. I like that reaction. So the pre-gym X takes the pre-gym and the post-gym and puts it really essentially in the same container. So you're getting the same amount of those nutrients plus additional. There's more nitrates in here, which essentially give you the muscle pump. There's 870 milligrams of nitrates in here, which is unheard of. There's no other product that even compares to the amount of nitrates that are coming out of this product for the pump. But a lot of people have said, well, what about the post? You know, like, do I have to consume the post? Well, no, you don't. If you're taking pre-X, you don't have to consume the pre or the post, you're covered. But it is still good to get additional amino acids, because the one thing about the pre-gym is that it has 6 grams of amino acids. The post-gym has 6 grams of amino acids. They're being utilized both before and after. The one thing that this doesn't have is the additional 6 grams of branching amino acids along with other essential amino acids and other nutrients. So this potential product is like the bookend to the pre-X. So it's like the version for those who want to maximize every single nutrient at the highest level they possibly can, or if they, you know, just need something that's an intro workout as well.
They'll have another 11 minutes.
Yo, what up? Oh boy, hanging in there. How you doing, buddy? We actually have content with information around the topic of creatine. This is what upsets me. So this is a perfect example of, like, when we see problems in the marketplace. I'm looking at a product right here. There's nothing to it. It is a 6 gram with a fat burning product. Optimal levels of a dose. It's not like you're looking for a massive dose because it's a fat burner, right, Vince?
Yeah.
So,
but you want to make sure you know what the stims are, because then you don't have a heart attack, number one.
Did you hear that? Say that louder, Vince.
No, I mean, if you don't tell the consumer what amount of stimulants you have, it's like, really, it's criminal, because that's the main thing. It's like, you're going to bury it in something, so I have to do math or try to guess. It's not cool.
Yeah. So now, the workday in the office is kind of trailing now, coming down on the back end of the day. We're going to be moving offices right there pretty soon. And now it's time to pick up, start the other half of the day. What up, dude? Hey, is Baron with you? Was Baron at the thing?
Yeah, I was.
We're picking him up too.
Okay.
Can you call him? What up, B?
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good day?
Uh-huh.
You guys have a good day? Mm-hmm. It's my orange mango, brah. It's my favorite. All right, so done for the day. Back in the office, round 2. See you guys next time.